grab a beer, and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy. And again, I'm joined by the hardest working co-host in the business, co-host / research guy, Jim.
Thank you, Mike. You could almost call me, who was Johnny Carson's sidekick?
Ed McMahon?
Yeah,
kind of.
See, we're both in Marine, so
There you go.
I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm doing a little flurly off my hair.
I appreciate that. So, yeah.
So we did have a good episode last week, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We had 3 Oktoberfest that we got from Roger.
Yep.
And they were good. That first one was amazing.
Yep.
Honestly, it was very good. The smoke one, it was okay. And then we had 3 of pumpkin ciders,
Yes.
I guess you would say, made by apple cider type companies. That Mackenzie was crazy good.
Oh, but I thought you were salivating there after the first sip.
Word, that was good. Yeah,
really good.
I mean, the other 2 were all right, but they kind of didn't have everything I thought they didn't have.
Mackenzie's kind of spoiled us.
Yeah.
They were really good.
Yeah, so Jim, this week we've got another lineup of pumpkin beers.
6 pumpkins. And Mike.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you hear this?
You have pumpkin trivia for me?
Oh, look at that.
Is that what it is?
It just happened to fall out of my... I just happened to find some.
Oh, man.
6 easy questions for you.
Awesome. Okay, well...
6 beers, 6 easy questions.
So, okay. All right. Well, now, is it pumpkin, like pumpkin, or is it like Halloween, or what are the...
Pumpkin.
Oh, boy.
Right in your wheelhouse, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we might as well get into this first beer first.
All right.
Let me...
You want to get yourself...
Get prepared, I guess.
All right.
So the first beer today that we have is by New Holland.
Yes, it is.
It is Ichabod Pumpkin Ale.
And it says it's 4.5% ABV.
Okay.
The legend of Sleepy Hollow lives on with Ichabod Pumpkin Ale. This flagship seasonal combines malted barley and real pumpkin with cinnamon and nutmeg in a delicious and inviting brew, perfectly paired with all things autumn.
Wow. All right. Well, you can't go wrong with that.
No, I mean, I'm hoping that's a good one, because we've always had good luck with Dragon's Milk.
Yeah, I was going to say, New Holland is known for Dragon's Milk, so...
And I don't know if this is part of where we want to add it, but I actually... When I looked online, they actually have a Dragon's Milk 2024 release calendar.
Really? Well, throw it out, because I don't know if I've seen any new ones around us.
No, it looks like, I mean, they even have their releases, like some of them do it all at one time. They're doing even their bourbon barrel ones throughout the year now.
Really?
Right.
Okay, we're going to go sidetrack for just a second. What are the releases?
So there's the year-round ones, Dragon's Milk.
Yep, the regular. Yep.
Tales of Gold and the Crimson Heat.
Okay, yep.
The limited release is the Triple Mash.
Okay. Yep, we've had that.
Have we?
Not from this year. I've had it
18.7%.
Ooh, they upped it because well, I've got some in the basement yet that we got. Was it last year that it was up there too? It could have been 17 to 18 maybe.
Well, that's like a 1 bottle night there.
Oh yeah. You don't chug it. You ain't gonna drink a 6er of it.
And then there's seasonal ones. So it looks like January to April. Is their milk, this Dragon's Milk Reserve Coffee Chocolate. Then May through August is the s'mores. And then September through December is the oatmeal cookie.
Okay. So I think we've had all those before. So they're just interesting, huh?
But so this was actually for 2024.
2024, yeah.
So maybe next year they come out with different.
Yep, okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's get back to this pumpkin here.
All right, Ichabod.
So we got Ichabod, a pumpkin ale from New Holland.
Can smell a little bit of pumpkin.
A little bit.
Just a touch of spice. What is that?
On the aftertaste, I get the pumpkin spice.
Is that what
Before
that is?
it's almost like a metallic hoppy kind of thing. Wouldn't you say? I mean, it's a little bit...
There's flavor there.
There's flavor.
I don't know what the flavor is.
I was going to say, I'm not going to say it's the greatest, but it's, interesting.
Wow. That pumpkin is not...
Boy, there's just a different...
There's just something going on there.
I do, on the aftertaste, I do get the pumpkin spice. I get a little hint. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
well, at least it was first.
Dragon's Milk is good.
Yeah. At least this wasn't first.
Right.
Ooh, wow. Ichabod. He lost his head over something. I don't know.
But now you said this is 4.5%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, you can drink a number of them if you wanted to. Would I recommend it to a new person trying to pump? Probably not.
No.
I guess it's just kind of I don't know. It's a little bit of a weirdness on the taste.
There's some, like in my tongue now, something.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know what you're saying, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It has like I said, almost a metallic taste to it. Now, it's in a can, so I don't know. But we've had all sorts of beers in a can, and they don't get that flavor to them, you know?
Yeah, there is something.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
This one, I mean, is it okay? I don't even know if is it okay? I don't even know if it's...
For you and I, it's okay.
Begrudgingly okay.
Right. I mean, like I said before, would I recommend it to a new person that's never had a pumpkin beer before? No, I don't think so. It's just, I don't know, the flavor it's not... Oof. Your predominant flavor is not pumpkin. No. You know? And it kind of overtakes the spice, the little bit of hint of spice. The finish is not really smooth. It's just, it's a little jagged. I would agree with you, Jim. It's, boy, what are you thinking on a score? I mean, I hate to put you on the spot for being the first one out of the gate, but what are you thinking? I know, I try to be positive. Unfortunately, I'm trying to come up with something positive to say about it. I guess the most positive thing to say is it's okay. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to say a 2.2. Yeah. I don't know. So it's out. I don't know what's going on. Here's the bad part. I was going to say a 2.2 as well. So, I'll just do the same thing. I don't know. It's just a little bit of a weird thing to it. Yeah, and I don't know. I just... For an experienced person, they could drink it. they could. But again, for you and I to tell somebody new, hey, try this. Try this pumpkin beer. That wouldn't be my first one. Now, maybe none of these. I don't know. But that wouldn't be my first choice. Yeah. Where like last week that Mackenzie's. Yeah. Anybody could drink that. Anybody, you could have more than one. Oh yeah. And this one is just, I don't know if maybe it's just the can. I don't know, but it's just got a kind of a little bit of a weird taste to it. From I can't tell you when it was bottled, but all I can say is that any of the ones that I bought have not been on the shelf at that bottle store they've been there less than a couple weeks. Yeah, so they're. So I don't know how long it traveled to get here, but I mean, it's not like it was sitting in the back room somewhere, right, and got forgotten about or anything like that. It's somewhat fresh. I mean, I guess is that a word? Is somewhat fresh? Yep. Well, I don't know. This one's kind of well. Hit me with a pumpkin question. All right. I was wondering if you'd ever ask. Oh yeah, I'm giddy. All right. So easy question. So from the research I did, and this is it wasn't Wikipedia, so don't be at the messenger. Okay. So they come up with the question that it said on the internet said, what is pumpkin beer? So their answer came up with 3 different ways that pumpkin beer is made or brewed. Okay. So what were those 3 different ways? As far as styles or No, not styles, but the pumpkin. Well, so how do they use pumpkin? Okay, yeah. So puree. Okay, there you go. Okay, so I'm on the right. Okay, yep. So pumpkin puree. Yep. I don't know if could they use actual ground pumpkin or mash or something. Number 2. Oh yes. And I'm just gonna guess if they use what do they call it? A flavoring or Got it. Is it? Nice! So you get -1. Why? Because you took a little while longer. The time ran out. Okay. Wow. Even though you got all 3, I got to give you -1 on that. All right. Well, I deserve that -1 then. Interesting, because I figured, I know... You did. My brother, when he brewed his, he used a puree. Okay, yep. So I knew that one. And like I said, I didn't know if they actually ground up pumpkin, it does say... real pumpkin. Right. Okay. So I'm sure they... It's like hops... Yep. Put it and strain it back out somehow. Yeah. Interesting. So you did okay on the first one. All right. Yeah. See, I'm not totally ignorant. No, so you only got 5 more chances to get to positive. Mm-hmm. Well, and I know that ain't going to happen. So, well, I'm giving you your trying to pump you up. Great. All right. So what do we got next? Well, the next one we have is the Wichita Brewing. Which again they bought Tallgrass, which made one of my favorite go-to stouts in the past, which was Buffalo Sweat. So this is their Yumkin Pumpkin Ale.
Now, this one, I was not able to find anything on the beer itself.
Okay, I'm jumping on. Okay, I do have a write-up on Untappd for you.
Perfect.
So you didn't have any info. Okay.
Nothing. I got something on. What I found was how Tallgrass by Wichita Brewing. So they got a little timeline of how they did Tallgrass.
Okay. Well, here's what this beer says on Untappd.
All right.
Okay, it says, Yumkin Pumpkin is the quintessential marriage between two things that make fall weather great. Fresh pumpkin and craft beer.
Ooh.
WBC's abundant dosage of pumpkin meat in the mash, so they must use actual pumpkin.
Okay, yep.
Gives this amber-colored ale its smooth sweetness, while the additions of cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and clove explode out of the beer as a sudden reminder of what Grandma's kitchen smelled like on Thanksgiving Day. What are pumpkin beers made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice.
Did you say the word clove?
Yes, I did. There's all sorts of other stuff in there, too.
Did we have a clove?
Yes, we did, and that's all we could taste.
All right. Well,
so this is 6% ABV, it says.
And we got this beer from our good friend John.
Okay, nice.
He had his one of his, I don't know if it was his grandson or his son. Somebody brought it back from Kansas.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So this has traveled several hundred miles to get to you
to be talked about on the podcast.
Yes.
Nice.
And this is the Yumkin.
Ooh, this smells. This almost smells like pumpkin pie.
So that I don't smell the cloves like the last one had.
But I mean, you almost get that.
Yep.
The crust smell to it. You know what I mean? Like
this is much better. It's got a good smell, good aroma.
Boy, something jumps out there, and it's kind of off-putting a little bit. Don't you think? I mean, it's either it's way too much allspice. That's what I think it is way too much allspice. Because that is a very strong flavor.
Wow.
Man, that's kind of a bummer. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, something's going on there.
Boy, there's a lot of something. And
I don't know what it is.
I think it's the allspice myself, but I don't know. But it's like, whew.
I don't taste the clove like the one we had a week or so ago. I don't taste that, but there's something going on in there.
Let me look at this again and see what it said was in there. Nutmeg. Yeah, it could be some nutmeg. I think a nutmeg and allspice is what's really kind of predominant, is taking over everything.
Yeah, it's like,
boy, that is something.
Yeah, the finish is not smooth. I mean, it just grabs a hold of your tongue and holds on. It does not let go.
That's interesting. Sorry, John. Thank you for providing us with this one. But boy, that's a little strong.
Man, I wonder, didn't you say that they used actual pumpkins in the mash?
Pumpkin meat. Yes,
I wonder,
actual pumpkin.
Is that something that changes the flavor?
It could be, because I wonder how many beers we've had. Because we've had a number of pumpkin beers, but I wonder how many had puree and how many had the
actual
meats. Because this one, they called it out. That they had, the actual pumpkin ground, pumpkin meat. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but it's like, a little different.
Does it have flavor? Yes. It has flavor. Is it good flavor?
I don't really taste the pumpkin. Do you? I mean, I'm getting, like I said, I think it's allspice and the nutmeg. More so the allspice is really overpowering the stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they could have, I don't know if we say this very often, but they could have toned down some of the flavors.
Right.
I don't know.
It's like, really?
Yeah, this is, all right, I went first last time.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Jeepers. I'm trying to think. Okay, so the first one, the Ichabod, we gave it 2-2. Which side of that am I going to go with this one? Because there is flavor, but it's kind of... I'm going to go with 2.1. 2.0. I'm going 2.0. I just think there's just... And I really do think it's the allspice, and it just overpowers everything. And I don't really get the pumpkin flavor. So if it's on the can, it should be in the can. Again, like we've said before. And I just think that they missed something with this. But hey, Wichita, no offense, I love Buffalo Sweat. So again, we'd love to be on the pro staff for Buffalo Sweat. So.
Or King Buffalo. Start brewing that one.
Yeah, or the King Buffalo, because they've had a number of different Buffalo recipes. That cinnamon one they had. Oh yeah. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go right in. I'm like, is it offensive? Boy, it's like. It's right teetering on the edge to being offensive. It's right there. I don't actually, Mike. I was gonna say 2.0 too. I'm just gonna have to copy you there. I mean, could I drink a can? I don't even know if I could drink a can of it. Can I drink my taster glass? I'm struggling to get through it. I mean, it's because every time I taste it, it doesn't get like more mellow.
No,
it stays just as strong. This another punch right in the stomach, like ugh. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not easy.
It's so far the first two have been a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
You know, and that's sad because I look forward to pumpkin beer season. Now, yeah, I don't know, dude. It's rather interesting, you know, and they've both, I'm hoping the next ones pick it up a little bit, and otherwise we're going to have to try and find some more pumpkin beers because we can't end on this kind of a thing.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some sandpaper to clean my tongue or something here. Have to scrape it off.
All right, hit me with number 2.
All right. So this is not a year. It's a time frame.
Okay.
Don't
say when was the first time somebody planted a pumpkin.
No, when were pumpkin beers first introduced?
It's probably going to surprise me. They're probably older than what I think, but I'm going to say, so like a decade you're just wanting?
Not even a decade, just like a period in time. It's like Ice Age. Like, you know.
So it is older than I thought.
Yeah, like very general.
Oh, boy. Okay, now you've thrown me for a loop here because I was thinking like 1980s, but I don't think that's what it is now that you wanted some kind of thing like that. I'm going to say, I'm going to say the 1700s.
All right, so you're close. So it says, believe it or not, pumpkin beer has been around for centuries.
Okay.
In colonial America, pumpkins were commonly used in brewing due to the fact that they were abundant and easy to grow.
Okay.
Although pumpkins were an unfamiliar thing to early settlers, it did not take long for the colonists to figure out they could use these squashes for fermentation sugars or fermentable sugars needed in the brewing process.
Huh.
Malt, which is what was and still is normally used as a fermentation sugar, was hard to come by in the colonial times. Thus, pumpkin proved to be a handy and widely available substitute.
So we don't know exactly.
So it said colonial.
Yeah. Okay. So
1600, 1700, somewhere in that time frame.
That's crazy, I guess. Because at first I thought, okay, craft beer wise, and then when he said time frame, I thought, oh boy, that's not what. Yeah, that's way before that. Interesting. Maybe
that one was bottled then.
It could have been.
Ooh. All right, what do we got?
Well, hey,
what's the next one?
So the next one that we have is by, and I hope I pronounced the name right, is Tyranena from Lake Mills, Wisconsin.
Yep.
And this is their Painted Lady Pumpkin Spice Ale.
All right, so it says, the Painted Lady's annual fling celebrates the renaissance of downtown Lake Mills. Although named for the restoration of the many Victorian storefronts, some of the more adventurous women folk added a playful twist and dressed as well. Painted Ladies. Inspired by these bold and spicy women, we brewed Painted Ladies, a pumpkin and spiced infused amber ale. This fall, make sure to enjoy a fling with a few Painted Ladies. So this is 7.25%.
Okay.
ABV, 22 IBUs.
Okay.
Have we ever had one at 7.25?
I'm not sure.
We never went into the hundreds before, have we? For ABV?
No. Oh, the hundreds. Yeah. I'll say what? I'm just looking, and it looks like the same thing that you read was what was on Untappd. So yeah, I don't know. I have been to Tyranena, in Lake Mills, and it's a cool place. But they did not have this on tap. Again, it was earlier in the year, and this was a few years ago. So it looks like pumpkin-y kind of color. Yep.
Well, I said it was going to be amber.
Yep. I really don't get a whole lot of aroma.
No, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really picking up a lot of.
Spice? I'm not
spice, pumpkin or spice. I mean, you do get some spice, but I don't know. It's kind of, that's kind of a bummer.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Is it better than the first two? Yes. Mm-hmm. Is it the best I've ever had?
No. And I agree with you. It's better than the first two. But interesting.
Man, they said all this thing about Painted Ladies and spiced up. Right. I was like, wow, this is going to be a good one.
Like, yes.
And then it's kind of fell flat.
Yeah. Boy.
It's hard to describe.
Dude, we're going to have to go and find more pumpkin beers because our first three have kind of
struck out.
Yeah, they haven't
came through for us.
No. And honestly, if you go back to last week, we're like 1 for 6 right now. you know?
Well, we still have 3 left.
We got 3 left to go yet.
I'm hoping they
turn around. You said this was
7.25.
0.25. Okay, so it's a little higher. It doesn't taste like that.
No.
Now, of course, maybe we're jaded a little bit because I do think, because how many times do we have beers that are 10, 11%? And you're like, well, that doesn't taste like 10 or 11%,
Right.
So I do think sometimes it's you and I are not the best judges of if it tastes boozy or a stronger alcohol flavor because we've had so many high octane beers.
But we're used to but this is just the flavors are not.
Flavor is it's kind of
it's a little bit
different.
It's not as like what's the good word I'm looking for? Not the first two just did not have a good flavor. This just has hardly no flavor.
Yeah, it's there's a little bit of a when you first swallow it, on my tongue I kind of get like okay, there's something there. And then it's poof, like
gone.
It lingers for a second, and then you're like, okay, and then you can't tell what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just the bottle. This is the first one in the bottle. The first two are in the can.
Yep.
The artwork is interesting. I mean, it's got basically some painted lady pumpkins on it. You know,
I mean, that's cool. You got to give it 1/100 of a point for
exactly
artwork.
Exactly. So boy, yeah, that's All right. So
I'll go first. I'll say a 2.5. I don't know. It's nondescript. I guess go right in the middle.
I'm going to do the same thing.
I don't know.
It's just kind of one of those where I was expecting a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, and especially when these companies, they always talk about pumpkin and pumpkin spice and all this stuff. And so far, we really haven't, none of them have blown us away. You know,
They've underwhelmed us.
Yes. And like you know, that second one, I just wonder if you're right, if they used the actual ground up pumpkin, the pumpkin meat, if that changed it.
Yeah.
But
because I'm sure that you never know what the flavor is because they can't control the flavor.
Right.
It's like wherever you plant it, whatever that ground agriculture is. I mean, that's...
Yep.
Well, while you're like nursing that one.
Okay. Oh, we're on number 3.
Yes. All right. So what was different about early pumpkin beers as opposed to today's version? I think they're talking about, similar like the original Oktoberfest may have had that smokiness to it.
Okay. Wow.
So then back in the colonial days, what was different about their beer?
They probably had pumpkin pulp in it, but boy, what would be different? Jim, I don't know. There's pulp in it. I don't know. I really don't know.
So you're close. These early iterations were usually dark and heavy and relied exclusively on actual pumpkin meat for their recipes.
So they didn't do like the spice.
Right.
Interesting.
Versus modern pumpkin beers, which are balanced with malt, hops, and spices.
Okay. Interesting. You wonder what that would have been like then,
Well, there's more questions coming up. I guess this because they do actually talk about that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
My next question is you gotta come up with good answers.
Interesting. That would have been something to taste. Well, like that second beer was just the pumpkin meat. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, did it still taste like pumpkin or was it?
Yeah.
So Jim just finished his, and he kind of
slammed
that all over body shake there. So, all right,
we got 3 left. Well, we got to get better.
The second half it's got to improve, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we have had a few beers from.
Yes.
I think we even had a smoke jumper.
I think so.
From Hoppin Frog.
Hoppin Frog, and I do know.
You do know?
I do know that they do this in a barrel aged, but
yes,
I did not.
I actually, when I looked online today, that's why I sent you a text.
Yeah,
because there was like 2 that were barrel. There's a double barrel,
okay,
and a single barrel aged.
Interesting, because I know that I did not find.
Oh, you didn't find
barrel aged.
All right, I was hoping. That's why I was like, yeah. Is it? Come on, Mike, tell me you got the extra one.
It's like, nope, this is not that.
So this is Frog's Hollow Double Pumpkin Ale from Hoppin Frog, 8.4% ABV, and they're located in Akron, Ohio.
8.4, yep. And do you have a write-up on it?
I got a couple sentences.
Okay,
What do you got?
I have more. I got more on Untappd. Yep. Do you want to read yours?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You got the...
So it says, there's a place just south they call Frog's Hollow, with cauldrons afire in fall, and they only speak in whispers of the name. There's a brewery, they say, who has the secret of spices picked just right. With a crying shout, they knock it out and hand you this frog's delight.
Wow.
So 8.4%, and it says 7 IBUs.
Oh, well... 7,
so it's going to be
say 0.
Super hoppy then.
If you say 7, this is like nothing. Then there should.
Yeah, and this, of course, has their
the
Their
frog.
signature frog on
Yep.
it.
And it says that they were started in 2006.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
relatively
new, yeah. And these guys, I know, have done some really high octane stuff. And I believe I've still got like one of their quadruple stouts in the basement yet. So
Yeah, and it looks like it says that the brewmaster Fred was a home brewer. He started in 1994, so several years before he actually started his own brewery.
Yep.
He was just brewing in his house.
Okay. You can smell pumpkin, but you can smell it's getting a little boozier. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can smell. I can probably smell more alcohol than I can the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm. I get the spice.
Yeah.
It smells stronger than the flavor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I actually, it's almost a little more alcohol-y than any of the other ones, I think, for me.
For taste wise, you're saying? Okay. Because I say for me, the alcohol is still not like overpowering or anything. I do taste more of the spice, and I still think it's for myself. It's pretty smooth. It's more smoother than the aroma.
Yeah.
Smells like you're gonna go, ooh, this is gonna be boozy,
Powerful,
you know. But I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good.
I mean, it is not bad. Is it? I think it's of the first four. This is probably the best.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Is it the best I've ever had?
No.
There's the flavors are still hard for me to pick apart.
It does have on the second taste. It does have that little bit of a boozy.
Yeah, like you can taste the alcohol.
Oh yeah.
There's alcohol in there.
And being 8.4%, it's not all that high, but you definitely get that flavor. You know what I mean? But I still do get more pumpkin spice flavor than I did in the first three.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if we've hit the McKinsey's pumpkin level yet.
No.
That
was a good one. You know.
I mean, I think we're still teetering in the middle range for me. I mean, it's not.
Oh, I agree with you.
It's not bad. It's just, gosh, I was again hoping for something a little bit. I mean, for me, they could have put a little more pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Maybe that would have covered the alcohol.
Yep. I agree 100% with you. They needed a little bit more of something. You know what I mean? And not that, and it's funny because we always talk about this drinks way less alcohol. This one almost drinks like more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 8.4, but it almost has that stronger alcohol flavor to it.
Yeah.
More so than 8.4.
Yes.
You know?
I mean, because the finish, the alcohol flavor kind of like covers up the finish.
Yep.
You really can't taste what is going on. It's like, that's how I was hoping to be a little, maybe that if they put a little more spice, it would help that finish a little bit better. But
what are you thinking on a score for this? For the Hoppin' Frog double pumpkin.
Double pumpkin. Well, I mean, I think we've hit it pretty good. I mean, we and again, definitions are hard, right? Imperial, double. I mean, it's so when I read the can, I heard double pumpkin. I was thinking there was going to be a lot of flavor.
Yep.
The double pumpkin was going to really, almost like the number 2, or was the pumpkin meat. You know, that kind of, that's, when I read the can, that's what I kind of thought. Now that I taste it, the flavor, the pumpkin and spice flavor is a little more muted. There's a little more alcohol taste coming through. For me, probably the best one so far, I'm going to say a 2.7.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Jim. I wish I could have found the barrel-aged version.
Yes.
But I didn't. But again, I thought there's going to be a lot of pumpkin flavor, you know?
Yep.
And I do get like the pumpkin spice, but it's still kind of low. And for whatever reason, the 8.4 tastes higher than 8.4 to me.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So I think that kind of messes with it a little bit.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna say it's better than the first three.
Yep.
I'm gonna go what did you say? 2.7. 2.7. Okay, I'll go one step up. I'm gonna say a 2.8, just so we're not tied again. But it's okay. But I would love to find the barrel aged version to compare it.
That would have been good. Yep.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, I get the spice kind of. But it just, I don't know, it drinks really strong for some reason, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. You know, it's hard. I mean, we're trying to go through what the brewmaster's mind.
Right.
And we're not even being here. But I do have another easy question for you. This is going to be probably the easiest question of all the questions that I ever asked.
Orange. Pumpkins are orange. For the most part.
Yes, they sometimes.
Okay.
All right, your next.
That's not the question.
No, your next question is: which early American politician had his own pumpkin beer recipe?
Oh, jeez.
See, I'm a history major, so
okay,
this was an easy question for me.
I'm sure it was. So if pumpkin beer started in the colonial times, so it's got to be somebody way back then.
Yeah, it wasn't Ronald Reagan.
No.
Give you a hint. See?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I knew you were thinking that.
No, but I'm trying to think. Okay, is it just politician in general, or was he president? Could you give me that hint?
Yeah. Okay.
Which way? Which way?
Huh?
Which way?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he's not helping me.
No, I helped you out. It wasn't Ronald Reagan.
Okay. So based on that, I'm going to get... Okay, here's my first choice is going to be Ben Franklin.
Okay.
If he was president, then I would say George Washington.
All right. And your answer is?
Probably... Well, I'm going to go with Ben Franklin.
And you would be incorrect.
Oh, man.
George Washington would be correct.
No!
Man, you're at -4, buddy.
You got to give me credit. That was a good guess.
It was, but I didn't want to like give it away. See if I would have said.
I was trying to look at you, see if one way or the
if
other.
I would have said military, then you would have known right away. George
You totally played that.
See, I had to play poker face.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Well, you got to give me credit for at least I was close.
Yep.
I named them.
You did, because the next couple of questions actually tie into that.
Okay.
So remember George Washington.
So George Washington had his own recipe for pumpkin beer. Interesting.
So just remember that, because we have 2 beers left, and I have two questions for you left.
Yeah, these ones haven't been terrible like a lot of your questions have been.
I never had hard questions. All right. What do we got?
Well, now we have the second and last bottle.
Okay.
That we have, because we have a can left.
Oh, yep, you're right.
And this is Southern Tier Pumpking. Imperial Pumpkin Ale.
Ooh.
And this is 8.6.
All right, yep. And they're from Lakewood, Massachusetts.
We've had a number of their beers.
Yes. They all seem to have a good flavor. And they usually about this time have 4 that come out.
Oh, yeah,
I couldn't find them all. I could only find this one.
Okay.
So it says, All Hallows Eve is a time of year when spirits can make contact with the physical world and when magic is most potent. Some think we harness magic to brew our powerful pumpkin ale. Not so, but it is with great respect to the magic of the trade that our brewers craft this fine beer. Savor the bewitching taste, share the magic, and declare your loyalty to the Pumpking. Okay, because I think we've always had pretty good luck with Southern Tier.
They've had some very good beers.
I don't think we've found a stinker from them. I mean, they've all been good.
And they do, a lot of times they do make like some higher octane beers.
Yes.
That we've had before. So.
Oh, did we say what the ABV?
Yeah, 8.6.
8.6. All right, so this is our second to last one.
Yep. Again, aroma, I'm not getting...
Not much for aroma.
Much at all. That's a bummer.
Ooh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's got more flavor than the other ones have. It's not bad, but I mean, it's like a muted.
Yeah,
thing.
It doesn't have the alcohol finish that the Frog did, but it's
I don't know, dude. This is kind of...
I was hoping it'd be a little better than that.
Yeah.
But it says Imperial Pumpkin.
Correct.
So we had a double pumpkin. Now we got an Imperial Pumpkin.
And they were both neck and neck for ABV.
Right.
This one's got almost like a darker flavor to it. You know what I mean? It's like almost a...
little heavy. It's heavier.
It's a heavier flavor, but it's almost, I don't want to say, well, like a roasted malt. Almost like a burnt, little bit of a flavor to it, doesn't it? I mean, it's almost that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's hard to describe.
Boy, dude, I tell you, we got to find more pumpkin beers, because right now we do not have a good representation of pumpkin beers.
And we only have 1 beer left.
We got 1 beer left, and it's like...
No, we haven't even hit 3.0 yet.
No.
We haven't had... We haven't come nothing to Mackenzie's.
Well, right now, I don't think this is going to hit a 3.0 for me either.
Yeah, we got one swing left. Oof, that
boy. Man,
I don't know. Is it the pumpkin that's like the double? The Imperial?
I wish we knew if they use puree or if they use the meat or what.
Boy, my tongue right now is just like there's something on like.
It's in, and the sad part is it's in a bottle, and it almost tastes like a metallic flavor to it a little bit. You know,
there is like, what is going on there?
I don't know. Kind of crazy.
You want to go? You want me to?
I'll go.
All right.
I'm going to say I'm going to go 2.7. No, what was the last one I did?
You did 2 to 8.
2.8. I'll do 2.7.
You don't like this one compared to the Frog?
No, I think this one's just got a little kind of a weirdness to me. I don't know why. Again, I don't pick up a whole lot of pumpkin flavor, and it's just, I don't know, it's almost like that, like you said, a darker or a more whatever flavor to it. It's different. We're gonna flip-flop scores. You're going to 7.2.
I'm gonna go 2.8.
Oh, okay.
So you did the Frog.
Yep, and then you're doing the...
I'm gonna do this one.
Okay.
Well, it's not easy to differentiate the two. I mean, it's that, I don't know if it's because it says it's an Imperial Pumpkin, but boy, it is like,
I don't know.
It is like strong. Like,
Yeah.
not alcohol strong, but
Right.
I mean, you know there's flavor in there.
There's flavor, but it's
It's
not
a weird
really pumpkin. It's just it's a weird thing.
Ish.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's...
Like I said, we got to find different pumpkin beers because...
Oh, well, slow that one down. I got to ask you a question.
Oh, okay. This is number 5.
Number 5.
And I've got the first 4 right.
You did, ish.
Okay.
All
Hit me
right.
with it.
So number 5. Pumpkin beer
Yep.
fell out of popularity in the early 19th century when pumpkins were viewed as rustic and rural during an era when urbanization and materialism were in vogue.
Wow. Okay.
Remember that?
Yep.
When did the pumpkin beers make a comeback?
Boy. So now you wonder, okay. So the 20s, 30s, they probably went out of vogue.
Yep.
And when did they come back? How long did it take them to come back?
Mm-hmm.
I am, again, once again, this is 100% of a guess.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, because here's the deal, because you never hear about craft beers
Right.
at all before.
There's like a point in time.
I'm going to say the 1980s. I have no idea.
All right. So it was actually 1983.
Oh, I got it.
You said 80s.
80s. That's
It
it.
is
83 is in the 80s.
So it came back to this brewery because I can't say the name of the brewery because that's the next question.
Okay.
Because they sought inspiration from one of George Washington's pumpkin beer recipes.
So they used like his original or one of his.
Yep.
Wow,
To
that's
bring it
cool.
back.
Well, I'm excited to find out who it is.
I know.
To see if we've had it or not. You know.
You haven't. No.
You've never had it either?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well,
All right.
so we have one more beer left.
We're down to our last.
And this is by Lakefront Brewing
Milwaukee.
in Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
For those that have watched Wayne's World.
Oh, there you go. So this is the Pumpkin Imperial Ale aged in
Brandy barrels.
We haven't had many of those.
No.
And this is, so what's weird, right?
Yep.
On the website, it says 11.1%.
Uh-huh.
What's it say in the bottom of that can?
It says 12%.
So
12%?
Yeah. What is accurate? What's on the website or what's on the actual can?
I don't know.
Well, what's weird is, why would it be printed on the bottom of the can?
Well, so here's a weird thing for you, Jim.
Okay.
So I'm on Untappd.
Yep.
And we had this version from 2019.
Oh, wow.
Going back that far.
Okay.
But then you go, here's 2020, 2021, 22. So here's 2024.
Okay.
And it says, on here it says 11.1.
Which is on the website.
12.
Yep.
Yes. And it says ale with pumpkin pie spices, and vanilla, aged in brandy barrels.
Yep. It says,
So I think each year when they do a different batch,
it comes out a little
it
bit
comes out a
different.
little bit different.
It says the full, moderately bright mouthfeel.
A bright mouthfeel.
How do you get a bright mouthfeel?
Well, you know.
Starts with pumpkin pie spice and caramel malt with oaky vanilla brandy and finishes with lingering oak and malty sweetness.
Wow. Okay.
Well, gosh, I hope I didn't strike out. I'm 0 for 5.
Well, 2 of these were mine, so
we're going into extra innings.
Yeah, it's like,
and
oof.
I need to have a home run right here. Well, Roma,
I can
smell brandy.
I smell
I
a
smell
little
some
bit
brandy.
of pumpkin. I smell brandy.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
You get the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
You get the brandy.
Yep.
See, this is where when we had the roll out the barrel,
Yep.
the Oktoberfest, it was so
Over the top.
dominated by the bourbon barrel.
Yep.
You didn't taste it. Where here you do taste the pumpkin.
Well, what's good is brandy, I think, is more of a Midwestern flavor, right? Isn't
Yep.
it?
I think so. Yeah.
And I think that goes good with pumpkin.
Yeah, it matches very well.
I mean, and so this one, I think, at least I had some stinkers here, but this one is doing much better.
Yeah.
Could you drink a 6-pack of this?
No, just because it's higher ABV. So no, you couldn't drink a 6-pack of it. I'm not going to lie. It is good.
Is it the best I ever had? No.
No.
Is it the best of what we had today?
Yeah.
I think it might be the best of today.
Yeah. I do think for me, for a score, I'm gonna go like a 3.3.
Oh, you're already there.
I'm already there. I'm gonna go like a 3.3 compared to these other ones.
Yep.
That was for sure the
Yeah,
best one. Is it better than like the Mackenzie? No. I would still drink the Mackenzie from last week first because that.
And then have this one second.
Yeah. I mean, just the pumpkin pie spice flavor of that one was over the top.
Right.
This one, the pumpkin and like you said, the brandy work well together. This is definitely higher ABV. It doesn't taste.
It doesn't. I mean, you can taste
12%.
more alcohol in the frog.
Yes.
Than you can in this one.
I'd agree. Yep, 100%. I agree with you.
And I mean, and maybe it's because, we're at the sixth one, but it's still, I mean, I think it's got, for flavor wise, it does not have the sharpness that these other ones were like really hard to.
There's not that metallic
kind
of a flavor that some of those other ones had. So yeah.
Yep. They had good brandy flavor. So my score, I know I gave the Mackenzie's a 3.5. I think I'm not going to go that high. I'm going to go 3.4.
Okay.
I'm going to go just a step below. Yep. I like this one. I mean, could I drink a 6-pack? No. Could I have a can? I think I could have a can and then follow up with a Mackenzie's and then go back to one of these and back. So back and forth or mix them together. I wonder what that would taste like. A little sweetness. I mean, I don't know. It might be.
Well, just so you know, on Untappd, this is my 60th different pumpkin beer.
Sweet.
Yeah. Because the ciders, the pumpkin ciders, I think they put those in the cider.
Oh, not as a beer.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, but no, this is good.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's definitely better than these ones.
Yes.
But yeah, for 12%, it drinks smooth for 12%.
So I have your last question.
All right, hit me with it.
And I did not know this until I looked up about pumpkin beers.
Okay.
So apparently, somebody has laid claim to the first brew pub opened in America. I didn't know if you knew that.
Brew pub, no.
Yeah.
Huh.
So where was this?
It's going to be out east, I'm guessing.
Okay.
You want like a city or a state, or what do you?
I even got the name of the brewery.
Oh, geez, well, I can't
the
give
city,
you that.
The state, the date, and the name of the brewer.
Gonna be out east.
Hey, are you pooping?
No,
that face looked familiar.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull from my brain here. I'm. It's gonna be 100% guess because I don't know.
Okay,
I'm just gonna say from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, you were so close. It was like you were right there. So the name of the brewery, Buffalo Bill's Brewery, and they are the first brew pub opened in America. And they were opened in 1983.
What?
By a journalist, Bill Owens.
Okay. So I'm way
in
off.
Hayward,
Wisconsin?
California.
Oh. Yeah, Boston, Massachusetts is real close to there. So I
did not know that. And then you look on their website and it says very first brew pub opened in America.
That's crazy.
So he's a microbrewery and he sells other brewery stuff on tap too. So
I suppose everything else was a bar or a pub or a tavern or whatever.
They didn't have the brewery part where you could actually go there and drink beer from their brewery.
That's kind of wild. Yeah,
I'm trying to help you out, buddy.
I know. You made me feel good on the end there.
So you were so good. Out of the 6 questions, you got none right. So
no, I had more than none right.
Did you get?
Yeah, I had the first one right for sure. I think I had the first 3 right.
I think I gave them to you though.
No. Oh, of course, no, I didn't get the one because I went Ben Franklin instead of Washington. Oh well, I did. Okay.
So, but at least you were much smarter for being around me.
Correct.
Than you were before we started.
Correct. And that always happens.
So I'm trying to do my best, folks, to get Mike up to speed. I know that it's not easy. Trust me.
Normally, I hope you just entertain me, but now you're trying to educate me again.
Yes.
So.
See, I'm trying to educate the listeners too. Hopefully, they pick something out of this too.
There you go.
But this, I think, I like the last. I think for me, it was a good class. Boy, the ciders were so much better than this.
Yeah.
I did not think that ciders would be even close to any of these. Unfortunately, these pumpkin ones just went flat.
I agree with you.
They were not. It is hard to even say anything too much good. The last one with the brandy barrel, was it head and shoulder? It was better than the rest, but it was still not really, really good.
Correct, yeah.
I mean, the flavors. I mean, if they use anything Mackenzie's have, that would make any of these beers better.
Oh, yeah.
Any of these beers would have been better.
Yeah.
I could only say I'd recommend the Pumpkin Imperial Ale from Lakefront.
Okay.
The other ones.
As far as...
I don't know.
I mean, you're right. Because is there any one of these, honestly, that would say, hey, if you're a new person to craft beer, you need to try it? Probably not.
No.
And that's we have to do better. We got to find some more. We got to do better because I do think, I agree with you. I think the Brandy Barrel Pumpkin Imperial Ale is the best one we had. And it's weird because I think the Hoppin Frog had a stronger boozy flavor than what this did. And it was way less.
Yeah, 4% less.
Yeah. So the other ones, I mean, they were okay. But if I went someplace and I saw these on the menu, would I order them? Probably not. Right. Honestly, the Mackenzie's, yeah.
Well, yeah.
If these ones and the Mackenzie were on, I'd take the Mackenzie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And hands down. And it's crazy. So yeah, we got to try and redeem ourselves because we
got to figure something out
miserably.
Yeah. So we hope we're letting the people out there know. I mean, maybe they got a different palate than we do, but what we tasted just does not.
Oh, exactly.
Not very good.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what is your opinion of pumpkin beers? Do you like them? Do you not?
And this
like
is not
them?
squash.
No, not squash. Just pumpkin.
Right.
But, or where you're at, where you're located, are there breweries that they have an amazing pumpkin beer, let us know. We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
We probably can't get it because, they're not up here, but we'd love to hear about it. Because like I said, unfortunately with this class right now, it kind of fell a little flat. I was kind of bummed.
I was hoping for the best. Because we had some higher octane ones here.
Yeah.
Usually those are, in our experience, have always tasted a little bit better.
Yeah,
but
not really.
Not so much.
Oh boy, Jim. Well, I guess we'll see what we can find.
We have to go back to the drawing board.
If we can have another pumpkin one or what, but we got to because we can't finish the pumpkin beers on this kind of a
note
thing. But yeah. So I guess we're going to have to keep looking around, and then we'll
keep trying. And
again, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting closer to winter. So we're going to start having some more
heavier ones,
which, again, I have all sorts of heavier ones. You have all sorts of heavier ones. So it's not like we're waiting for them to come out because we have all sorts of them. But
we got to be strategic.
We have to be strategic. Yeah, use strategery.
Because all of them are double digit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it'll be, we'll start getting into some more of the barrel aged stuff as we go. But hopefully we can find, 5, 6 more pumpkin beers and kind of give them a whirl because these ones kind of didn't help us very much.
No, I was, and I think that's I don't know if it's a challenge, but pumpkin maybe is just not easy to work with. I don't know.
We'll find out.
So we haven't found a good. We found McKinsey's, and then we found these.
Yeah, and these ones kind of were a step below. So, all right. Well, anyway, Jim, thank you so much for being a part of this class.
Well, thanks for inviting me into your studio.
Oh yeah, of course, anytime.
Oh,
when you bring 4 beers and I have 2 beers, no problem.
We tried. We tried.
Yeah, we tried. We'll have to try again another time.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to our first full pumpkin beer episode for this year. And like I said, we're going to try and redeem ourselves. So, Jim, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And we'll be back next week. And like we always say, we hope your campfire is always warm.
And your beers are always cold.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.